Snow again. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. Mine has been okay, but here we are, okay? So, tonight I got the blues. Not really, but we're gonna play with some blues. So I hope you can join me. You'll see the red live up in one of these corners, and if you tap that button, you can invite your friends, which I'm actually gonna do now because I meant to do it before I started and forgot. So if you would be so kind, hit that button, and YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me and tap the bell. Ring the bell? What's the word? Tap the bell? I don't know. I'm new to all this. So, I appreciate you all joining me, and I'm looking forward to trying this tonight. And hopefully I can do this how I'm kind of picturing it. You know how you get ideas in your mind and then you try it and you're like, eh. So we'll see, okay? So make sure to join me because it's going to be exciting. We're using some bright blues tonight. Maybe one or two colors, I don't know. Kind of still trying to decide. So, all right, let's go ahead and, I gotta finish inviting my friends. You know, all the things. So, how is everyone's day? Is it going good? Anyone got any big plans for this week? I know that this last weekend we had some plans and we were busy. And I ended up going to an awesome conference, so it was very inspiring and kind of just filled me up and has me pumped up, even though I don't look it right now. It's just because I'm tired. But it was something that I was trying to catch that before it started making a bunch of noise. Yes, hey Mercy, how are ya? I'm hoping to make this shorter. It's hard when you got these funky colors that you like to use, but you're trying to figure out how to use them and trying to make it quick. So, I'm just realizing I forgot to put on my mic, so hang on everybody. Alright, so let's go ahead and put on our primer. Then I think tonight I'm just going to use my BB cream. I'm kind of suffering with some of my eczema on my face, so before I started, I ended up using my rose water. We do have 3 other kinds: cucumber, lavender, and grapefruit. So you can try those out too. I haven't got any of those yet, but I ended up putting some of my moisturizer, my day moisturizer, over the top of it. I just kind of let the rose water sit for a little bit. Just to kind of work in with my redness that I have, and then I put on my moisturizer. Lose my train of thought, like what the heck. Okay, so let's get this rubbed in, and the thing I'll tell you is with these blues tonight, I kind of feel like I had the blues. It's kind of one of those things you gotta practice to work with. I've had a little bit of practice, but not as much as maybe I would want to have, but we're just gonna try it again. Okay, so the good part is we're just learning and I'm teaching, and nobody has to be perfect, right? So we're just gonna give it a go. All right, so I'm going to let this sit for a minute, and I like to rub if I have any extra on my hands because it's just nice and soft and silky. So, okay, now let's go ahead and I'm going to get my brush ready for the BB cream. I'm going to use Bisque. I have mixed the honey and the Bisque before, but tonight I just want to use the Bisque. Make sure to shake your product that you use. I'm just trying to make sure I've got all my, I thought I had all my eyeshadows set together. Now we do. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my hair back because we're obviously gonna get that in the hair if we don't. So let's get some BB cream on. And kind of like last week, I might do some of like the extra makeup off camera, and then I took some pictures just because I'm trying to set some goals and kind of ideas I've had from some of my viewers, and also kind of just thinking about the future of my business. So it's kind of gonna come slow but sure, but I have different ideas up my sleeve. And so we're working this BB cream in. So I'm just kind of tapping it into my skin. I'm using our unique kabuki brush. All these products that I'm using tonight are unique. Okay. So I'm just kind of going easy. I was going to actually start with my eyes first, and I always forget because I get so excited about my BB cream. So you can start and do your eyes first, okay? Especially because of the colors that we're going to be using. I probably should not have done this, but here we are. I tend to get too excited over my makeup. Alright, so let's finish putting the BB cream on. I do like to put it on my eyes. And I forgot to show you how much I put on my brush. I may have a little bit left over from this weekend when we were gone. But I didn't use a ton, and that's what I love about this. The other thing I really, really, really love is I don't feel like I have anything on my face. If you think of when you put moisturizer on your face and kind of how it just sets in and you don't feel anything, that's how this feels. Okay, it's wonderful and I love it, especially when I get it in my hair right here. Okay, so, and then of course if you need more, add more. The good part is, and maybe the thing to do, is to just start with a little bit on your brush and kind of gauge how much you think you're gonna want, and then go from there. Okay, so just build it up from there. And I keep getting some right, I felt like it was on my contact, but I think it was on my lashes. Okay, so I am going to use our eye primer. This is the Moodstruck eye primer. I did use this weekend. I absolutely love it. It's funny when it comes out. I'll show you. It kind of looks like a tinted moisturizer, but it's not. Okay, so I just like to use kind of a little drop size, maybe a little bit bigger. The reason I do is because I put it on the whole eye as far as the lid, and then I'm putting it all the way up to my eyebrow too. And then I'm just kind of using my finger to work it in. I do like to let it set for a minute because I don't want to put the shadow on right away. Okay, so I'm just going to let it set and kind of do its thing. Then we're going to move to the other eye. And again, kind of just a little drop. You can obviously use how much you think you need. With this particular thing, I'm trying to remember where my picture is that I was thinking I was going to use for tonight, because I ended up looking at some other ones, and I went to try and go back and find the one that I was thinking for inspiration, and I couldn't find it. So I'm hoping, honey, my hubby here I'm talking to, that I can find it while we're sitting here. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of let this get in. Now when you feel the eye primer, it's gonna feel not tacky, not sticky, but just kind of like it's gonna set and it's ready to use. So the goofy part that I'll say I like to do when I use this is when I was doing my makeup before the big thing we went to see Oprah. It was just so exciting. I like to look down because I want to make sure that I don't have like wrinkles just because of my hooded eyes, if that makes sense. So you can kind of see when I'm starting to look up where my little lines are. So I like to try to look down and be all like, okay, we're not gonna get it like creased right away. And I don't think it does. I'm so new to using it that I'm still kind of learning how it works. Okay, so, but if you do have questions, feel free to message me, okay? Okay, so tonight I decided I'm going to use Supple Blush, so we'll get to that in a minute. I probably will at least do my blush. I'm going to wait to do my my mascara until after, okay? So tonight I'm planning to use this blue here, okay? So this is Thankful, okay? And then I am in a debate with myself. So if you have any input, I'm going to tell you, where did I put it? Right here. I was debating on throwing in either some of this orange or another shade of blue. So does anybody have a favorite? Tell me, okay? I would love to know because I'm tempted to try the orange, but also to, my husband and I, actually it was my husband's idea and we were talking about it, is what I meant about my husband and I, is I was thinking about using one of my gray colors with it, but I wasn't quite certain how I felt about it. So let me show you. It's this one here, which is Shrewd. Okay, so that's this one. So we could incorporate that with that blue or the other blue, or we could do the blue and the orange. Okay, so when I put up my pictures on my post, if you haven't seen it, you can go check it out on my page here. You can just back out and kind of scroll up a little. Is I put kind of both things, okay, because I'm trying to decide. Okay, so let's go ahead and for sure, I'm kind of thinking for sure we're going to use Thankful, okay? So this one right here, for some reason I got it itch. So we'll start with this, okay? Now the other thing is, I'm going to back out of my phone with my live here. I'm trying to go back up to, it's kind of when I did my 80s look. I don't know if you guys remember that, if you've been following me that long. But this was like way back, and I'm trying to remember how far back. Because you know how it is, you get your phone and you're like scrolling and scrolling through a ton of pictures, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, that's far back there. Could have been like last year or something. I know for sure this was last year because we're in the new year, right? Okay, so now I was gonna try and bump this picture to the front and totally forgot, so bear with me, hold the phone. I'm still here. Just trying to find the right thing here. Trying to not go too fast either. You know how that is? You scroll, and it's like gone like 5 pages down. Okay, so this is where I gotta be more prepared. I'm sorry. I'm really trying. We're getting there. How far back did I go, honey? Good grief. I might just have to go with it and just not show it. Okay, so here we go. I found it. Okay, so ignore the colors that are here, okay? But this is kind of the look I was thinking. I don't know how to set this straight. This is the look I was thinking initially, okay? I'll send this one to you, honey. And you can put it up if you want. I don't know if you can get it to come through there or not. But that's kind of the inspiration I had initially, thinking 2 colors in mind. Now, if we wanted to, we could work with the 2 blues, or we could do like orange here and then blue on the rest, or vice versa, you know, kind of back and forth. Okay, so let me bump that one forward. Copy. And then we want to duplicate, so that should hopefully bump it to the top. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So now, has anyone had a chance to think about what colors they like? So I know for sure we're gonna do this one, and I'm kind of thinking for sure on the outer edge. So we'll kind of start right about here and work over. The other thing you can do is if you want to use it on the whole lid. But for me, if it were me that was more planned ahead, I probably would start with my orange and work the blue in. But I think in this case, it's best to start with the blue. So let's go there first. I'm going to use this brush here. It's a Real Techniques shading brush. And the reason I'm using this one is it's because it's more precise, if that makes sense. I was trying to find a different brush than that, and so I ended up changing my mind. Okay, so now these are really pigmented, and this is gonna look a little crazy right away, but just go with it, okay? So we're gonna start, let's see here. Let me look at that other picture really quick. Hold on, guys. Okay, so We're gonna go starting kind of over this way, and I have to build it up higher just because of my hooded eyes. Okay, so we're just starting to kind of build the base. Now again, this is Thankful, right? Thankful, yes. So we're using Thankful. You can knock the extra off if you want, but we're kind of actually going for a really bolder look. You'll notice that my attire has some blue and orange, okay? So I'm just starting to kind of get this worked on where I want it. And the other thing I love about this primer is it really gets it to stay where you want it, okay? So if you think of it going on just your regular skin before the primer, it's just gonna kind of sit wherever. This you can actually be precise with, okay? So now, honey, what are you thinking? I want your opinion. He hasn't said anything. So I'm just kind of making an edge here for now till we decide if we want to add that shrewd, which is like the gray color. It's kind of a gray black actually. So you'll kind of see where I'm holding my brush. If you hold it down further versus up higher, you have more room to work with. So I like to hold my brushes for the most part, most of them, down towards the edge, because then you've got more room. Okay. Now the other thing of it is I have not tried too many times my blending brush with the eye primer being on. So I'm just going to go nice and light here and kind of work back and forth with this brush just to get it more even, since I know we kind of were being more precise. I just want to make sure that the colors look even instead of kind of just here and there, okay? So now you can see when I open my eye, you can still see some colors. So that's kind of what we want to go for here. Now I'm going to try and go down a little bit further here. The cool part is, and I'm hoping will work, is I'm going to use some eyeliner tonight. So I'm going to try and get my eyes done as quick as I can so I can do the eyeliner. A little bit tired here, the eyeliner live instead of after I'm done. Okay, you could even do some peacock eye looks with this color, kind of like that other photo I showed you, but I don't really have that kind of a greenish color. I've just got like a couple other like what would you say, more of a peridot for like August color green, and then I've got a really to me it's like an Irish green. This one here. That one is called Brainy. B-R-A-I-N-Y. Okay. So I'm going to let this sit here for a minute, and I may carry this over like on the top, and then we'll work our other color in right here. So I'm going to start on the other eye. Now remember, I've got the primer on both eyes, so I'm going to try my best to line up as best as I can on the other eye. Okay, so we'll just start with the higher line again, and I'm trying to see, I wanted to try and make sure I had enough gap on both sides so it looks similar. Okay, now I'm not tapping any excess because I really want to get this color all together. Honey, is this kind of what you're thinking for what when we were talking about the blue, like even last week?
Yeah.
Okay. We were just kind of wanting to do something with this blue color, and I think we hopefully have it here. Okay. Now you could use your finger too if you wanted to, not a pun here, but to tack on, you know, if you want to make sure to really get it more precise. But okay, so now I did this one out a little further. Let's see here. Don't know. That's the hard part, is trying to get them to look the same. So it's just gonna be what it is, okay? We might have to bring this one out a little bit more over this way, then they'll match. How about that? And I just lightly tapped back in, Try to raise your eyebrows if you can, especially if you have the hooded eyes like me. That way you can really get it in. Now you can kind of see my wrinkle line here. It's hard for me to kind of fully get that in there, but okay. So now we kind of look similar. Now as you can see, this is more blended. This one you can see is kind of just more stuck. Let's go ahead and blend this out. And I'm just lightly using my unique blending brush over the top just to make sure that these colors are blended together. Okay. You can brush downward if you need to. I don't usually do this a whole lot, but because of the shape I use, that's my plan at the moment. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a little bit more down here in the corner. So I'm just kind of, it's a stipple motion, just kind of not poking it at the eye, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm real careful when I'm blending to only blend with it where this color is, because otherwise then you're going to end up with it everywhere. Does that make sense? Okay, now what I am going to do is kind of start blending this way, because we kind of want gradient. Is that what we're saying, honey? To kind of get gradient with the shades looking like they're going together.
Yeah.
So if you think of art, you're doing a piece of art and you want the colors to blend together, we want to make them all kind of work together. Now this eye I kind of did over further than this eye. Let's see. Do we want some more blue a little bit over further maybe?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put some more right here. Okay, now we're looking like it's kind of even here. So we're just going to try and blend some of it over as best as you can. See how it's coming over a little bit? And if you need to, you can add more, but I really don't want to, since this is such a bold blue. I just kind of want to make it like it's gradual. And it is a little bit different having the eye primer when you're trying to blend. So if you're really, really wanting to blend, you don't have to use the primer, but the primer is going to make this last longer on your eyes. Okay? All right, now, for anyone who was with me at the beginning, do you have a preference? Okay, because I was thinking we can use another blue or an orange. If no one has a preference, I think I'm going to use the orange. Okay, it is bright, but we can tame it. Okay, so it's going to be Theatrical, or we had, I didn't even read what this one is, Jazzy, or we could kind of use all three. So we could start with the blue, Jazzy, and then work into, did I say Theatrical? I couldn't remember. So, hey Adira, how are you, dear? Miss you, thought of you today. Hope you're doing well. So, babe, do you have any preference?
You should do that sparkle stuff.
The sparkle stuff.
You spray it on your hands.
Oh, like to make it more sparkly? On the blue?
Or the orange.
Well, I don't know if the orange has sparkle. That's the only thing. It's kind of more of a matted color. And I think only the white, this electrified, has some sparkle. Now the brain is stopping for a second. The Thankful color does. So we could pop it out with that. My husband was just saying, let's use some setting spray to kind of bring out the sparkle. So we could do that. The one thing that I could try, which I'm probably not going to do because I don't want to get my hands all messy, I'm going to spray this on my hand. I'm going to actually take a different brush. This is kind of more like a concealer brush, but you can still use it obviously for eyeshadows. But I'm going to take this and I'll show you here. So I got the brush wet up with it off my hand. I gotta find the wet side again here. Oh my gosh, I can't remember which side. Then you're gonna take it and put it into your color. And it's supposed to bring out some more sparkle. Now whether this is gonna do this, I don't know. Because we're kind of building the blue back up again. And I'm gonna actually kind of carry some over so we can transition the colors. Okay. Now, I'm going to get this a little bit more wet because I can't remember which side I got wet on the brush. And then we'll try... It's so funny, ever since I washed this brush, it kind of bends funny. Okay, so let's try on this side too. Did it make it sparkle anymore? I don't know if it did. Maybe I didn't have it wet enough. I don't know. Maybe we should have done it at the beginning. So again, I'm going to try and carry some over this way. So it can be gradual difference, hopefully. I don't know. We'll try. Now again, we're practicing. It don't have to be perfect when we do this, right? So we're learning. It's like a canvas. Our face is like a canvas or painting. And we're trying to make it look pretty, okay? I know it's very, very bold. But, like I said on my post, we're trying to not look like Mimi. We're gonna make this look beautiful, okay? So now what I actually am gonna do, because we are very blue again, we're gonna mellow this out, okay? So we're just gonna keep working this, and you're gonna be like, girl, when are you gonna stop wiggling that brush? This is actually what you need to do, okay? So just kind of keep brushing back and forth. We're not only dulling this color, but we're just trying to make it look even. I don't think it worked, honey. Do you? Okay, so now, does anyone have any opposition to this orange color? Because see my shirt here, we got orange, blue, yellow. What else is in here? Black. I don't have black, of course, which we don't want to use. I think that's about it. And like this has a lighter blue, but we're doing the brighter blue, okay? So, trying to round out the edge here. You're so quiet, babe. Do you have any thoughts?
Nope.
No thoughts whatsoever. Okay. Okay, so should we jump for the orange? What do you think? Should we jump for it? Okay. By the way, I get really happy when I do my makeup. Let's jump for the orange, should we? Oh, that was magnetic backwards too. Cool. I think this one's gonna be too light. I was just looking at this Visionary, but I think it's gonna be too light.
Yep.
So the other orange, the Theatrical.
Yep.
Here we go, guys. Okay, so now this one does not have any flecks of glitter, okay? I think we're looking okay so far. We used some BB cream tonight if you're just joining in. And it's all I'm going to use, because when I'm done here, we'll do some blush and maybe a quick lip, and then I'm going to actually do my mascara off camera, but I'm hoping to do my eyeliner before I stop. So I'm trying, I was trying to go quick and we're already kind of at that end limit, but let's do some Theatrical, and I am going to use, let's see here, gotta find maybe this one. Here we go. So I'm going to use this one. It's kind of more, again, precise like this one. It's a different kind, still same brand, but this is an accent brush because really this Theatrical is the accent color. If you wanted to, you could add in some of this white. I haven't really played with it enough to think maybe where we could put it except like the corners. But I don't want white in the corners. Okay. Now when you tap your brush into this eyeshadow, I will tell you, you just need to lightly tap. Look how much I got on there from tapping about 4 or 5 times. Then we're going to take and start, let's see. Let me look at my other. Hey, Anissa, how are you, dear? Just saw you popped on down below. Sorry, I keep trying to look at a million things around me here. Okay. So, again, maybe you want to put that picture up. That was my inspiration, honey. So this is kind of what we're going off of, and I'm hoping to kind of build some more blue down here. But we're trying to go off it just for the look of the shape of the shadows, not those colors, since we're doing the blue and the orange, okay? Does that make sense? So now we're gonna try, I'm thinking here, so we may have to bring a little more blue this way, which we can do, but now we're gonna start to work in this orange color, which I hope we can get it to work. I might have to be a little aggressive with my brush, and I'm hoping we can get this to work, because you know how you get a picture in your mind of something? Okay, how is everyone doing tonight, by the way? Are you doing good? You don't know how often I think of all of you. Very, very often. Okay. So if you are new to me, I will say, go ahead and put hashtag newbie, especially if you're on the replay. I'd love to know how you found me. Okay, so share that too. I'm kind of thinking I might have to use my finger for this, because this is kind of going slow with the brush. Or I could use, well, let's see here. Maybe I can use, I don't even know. Let's see. Here, this one's a little more fluffy. Let's try this. I was thinking something a little bit bigger bristles that maybe might cover more area or get it on a little more. So I'm really actually packing this on the brush and then packing it on the eye. I was hoping to carry it kind of right here. And I don't know if that's working either. So let me try my finger. The reason is because with the eye primer, it kind of sets like a tacky spot. And then we want to work with pressing it in. I don't know if this is going to work either. Hold on. And I don't even really know if we want to get this brush wet because it doesn't have the glitter. I was kind of thinking this orange would actually be more bright orange than it is. But what I like to use these smaller brushes for is just to work in the areas that you only want it. Does that make sense? So we're gonna try and see if we can still pack some right here. Does it look like it's blending together? I hope it does. There's a hair on here, hold on. Don't want to get that in my eye. There was some of the color on the back. Okay, so like I mentioned in the beginning, I'd love to hang out with everyone. So when we hang out together, I want you to know that we're practicing, we're learning lots of different things together, and that sometimes I am still learning these things too. So I love to learn together with everyone, okay? Now I'm gonna actually go back. My contacts, like, what are you doing? I'm gonna go back with my Thankful color, and I'm just lightly tapping the brush, and I'm gonna try and work some in right here. Just a little bit further over. My contact is like mad at me. Hold on. It does not like me right now. Hold on a second. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, so I was carrying it over a little bit so it looks like we kind of got, not a halo, but that picture up there, kind of, see what I mean? It's got the purple coming this way, so we're still trying to look like it's gradient and blending together, okay? So now I'm gonna go back in my Theatrical. If you're just hopping on, we're using this orange color, the Theatrical. And I'm actually starting to like this the more we kind of pile it on. And I'm having to use more than I thought I was gonna have to use. So if you're really wanting it to blend together, you're gonna kind of have to really put a little bit more than you plan to bring it together. Does this look like it's blending, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if that would work because of the tackiness of the eye primer. So my husband said we could try and blend these. He's a painter, so he's good at this kind of thing, but different from makeup obviously, but actual paints. So he thinks we can maybe try and blend some of this over. So if we start on the inside where we packed the orange, the Theatrical, okay, so that's the color, and we're gonna gradient and slide to blend it over. So anything that was kind of compacted together, did that work? I don't know. Okay. It's hard for me to see when I got one eye closed and when I open, and this contact is being finicky, so it makes it hard to see. Okay, so I'm gonna pack a little bit more orange, and these are my Eco Tools brushes. This one says an accent shadow brush as well, I think, just like this other little one. Accent brush, yeah. So perfect, it's just a bigger size. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pack a little bit more, excuse me, of the Theatrical back here, because we needed some of it to go here. Now I'm gonna go pack it back in, and if you feel like it, you can blend some more of the Thankful this way. And I'm just gonna kind of carry it down in here so it looks like we blended right up into the Thankful color. Okay. Now, if you feel like it's too much, you don't have to use as much blue as we did. What we ended up doing, we started with it, the Thankful, but then we were trying to make it shimmer because this does have flecks of glitter in it. But it wasn't working as well as I thought it was gonna. So we ended up with a little more blue than planned. So if you feel like it's too much, you can obviously always start over. What I'm gonna actually do now with this side, because I think I maybe did it more over here than my left eye, I really blended this. Now, even if you need to, you can kind of use circular motions to blend it all together, or just kind of straight line down, because I feel like this is like really like, hey, I'm here. Hey Jill, how are ya? It was good talking with you the other day. I know it was short and sweet, right? But okay, so we're kind of blending and blending and blending, and you're like, girl, stop moving that brush. That's what this brush is for. I never knew this. I've worn makeup for a long time, but never obviously professionally. This is kind of more professionally, but I'm not a makeup artist, if that makes sense. I would like to be someday maybe. But the more you blend, the better it's gonna be even and look better. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll start with the Theatrical, which is that orange color again, and we're going to start here. We'll start going gradient this way and then be more kind of solid in the corner here. See? Where it's all orange. Now tell me if I need more over here because of that picture. I'm trying to duplicate where we're just rounding out and kind of, I hate saying gradient all the time. Is that the right word? We want to blend it so it looks like it's all coming together. Maybe that's the best way to say it. I don't know. Okay, so let's start packing some on. I don't know what happened when I kept tapping my eye, but this contact is not happy with me. Hold on. Okay, maybe it just was pressed on too much and it's like, girl, you gotta straighten it out. Okay. So now remember we're starting, and I think I'm going to actually use my bigger mirror. That's what I love about this one. This compact, it's got a nice big mirror on it, so I can see it closer. With my contacts, I was just telling my husband before we went live, I feel like I need my readers with them because I can't see up close very well. Because they are distance only contacts. So we're going to blend this in here. Now remember, we really kind of got to pack this. I wasn't expecting that with this color, but it could be the tackiness of the eye primer too, I don't know. And then if you get any fallout, which I don't see a ton, thankfully, because it's all sticking to the primer, which is what helps it last. Is there blue down here?
Nope.
Okay. Just take an all-over face brush and just kind of lightly flick anything away. If you need to go back in, and I'm actually seeing some here now. If you need to go back in with your BB cream and kind of go over the top of anything that may have gotten where you don't want it, you can do that too, okay? And I'm probably going to go in after we're done here with a little bit of BB cream underneath. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we're going to go back and grab our Theatrical again. And by the way, I'm using the shadow palette number 7. Okay, this is our newest one. Okay, the Addiction palettes. I've got number 5 and 7, I think, yeah. So here's number 5. So this kind of has an orangey color too we could have used. I didn't even think about that. I have so many new colors in these shadow palettes, I forget what's in there. I realized before I went live, oh, I have 2 blues. So I was all of a sudden like, oh man, okay, I'm excited. Okay, so let's go back in and keep putting on our Theatrical. Gonna build this gradient shade across the Thankful color. See how we're blending, gradually blending. It's hard to say some words in these teeth. Okay. Now, like we did over here, we're still gonna need to bring some more Thankful this way. But let's finish getting our Theatrical on. And then I think we'll head to the eyeliner, okay? And then we'll be done, and then I'll post everything that I've worn when I'm done. And then I'll also do the mascara. I'm going to use the fiber lashes, the 4D fiber lashes. And it's really going to make these lashes pop, okay? So if you're looking for something that is kind of like you got fake eyelashes, this is going to be your thing. They're not fake eyelashes, but they do have Y fibers built into the mascara, so that it can look more like the fake lashes, okay? Now, I'm looking in comparison to the other one. Let's go ahead and blend a little bit, and then if you need more in the end, you can do that. Now, I do have a little bit of the Thankful on here, so I'm just rubbing my brush against my hand. And then let's go ahead and kind of start working this. I kind of like to swirl and then roll it over. Okay. So we're going to blend it together. And hopefully it it works across. Okay, now let's go ahead and we're gonna get the Thankful again. Woo! Could never do that stuff if I tried. And we're just, I'm not even getting any more on this brush because there's plenty. And we don't want it to be loud anyway. And I'm gonna try and curve it down like we did over here. Okay. All right, so what are we thinking? Anybody? Okay, now I'm thinking I am going to get a little bit more BB cream on here. I'm using the BB cream, the Flawless BB cream. It's a tinted moisturizer. And actually, hold on, I'm not going to use that big brush. I'm going to actually use my little guy here and put some on the tip. I got to clean this one off. So I'm going to work some more of this back underneath. Woo-wee. Just along the bottom. If you really want to finish your edges of the eyeshadow, the way you could do it is to just bring this up like this if you really want to cut edge. I actually like to have more rounded edges. So it's just all in how you like to do your makeup. There's no right or wrong way. Okay? So you just do this how you like, how you feel you want to make it look. Okay? I don't know what that is. Okay. So we covered some more up to make it look better. How about that? Now you could also use concealer here, but I like to go back underneath with the BB cream. Okay? I did some concealer the other night. If you missed that, go ahead and, was it my last video, honey, I did with the concealer? I'm getting all my days mixed up. But if you just scroll back down my page, there's one that I did with concealer and BB cream together to kind of really bring a finished look and get rid of any of the dark circles you may get under your eyes. That concealer mixed with the BB cream really helped. And then I ended up using, let's see, my taffeta powder over the top as well, and just to really give it a full coverage. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and do the eyeliner. I'm going to use my, I've been getting it warm because it goes on better. This is my Moodstruck Precision Dip and Draw in the color Perfect. It's black, and you want to shake them. A lot of our products you're going to want to shake because they kind of settle in the bottom, and then you just want to make sure it's all blended well together. I'm going to go ahead and close up a few of these things because they tend to be a little, not accident prone, but not planned of getting things everywhere. Okay, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to move this over here, and I'm going to move this forward a little bit. Okay, so this one is really nice. It's got this like this, so we can start here. Oh, I got some of the Theatrical in my lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna try and start thin here. This is so hard. I can't do it with that mirror. I gotta do this. I can't see up close, guys. Let's do this. This dries quick, so you kind of want to work quick once you get it on. It's a little bit thicker than I planned, but oh well. Okay. Because of the nature of my eyelids, I kind of have to go, like, keep dipping back in because of how the skin is on my lid. So I'm just trying as best as I can, and I really probably should just look down and do this. It'll be much easier. And then should we make a wing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying my best here, but it's not really going on how I thought it would. That's okay. Okay. So here we are. What do we think? Is it too much? Or is it just good enough?
Hopefully you get the mascara on.
Okay.
You'll be alright.
Hi Debbie, how are ya? I'm going a little long tonight, guys. Bear with me. We kind of were doing a funner look, so we ended up going a little long. But you can always go back and watch the replay, okay? Now, it's always hard. I always end up doing this one thinner. What? Are you laughing at me?
Not laughing at her.
Oh my, that is blue. I know. Yes. We're using some bold colors tonight. So that's the color Thankful I've used in the past. And my husband was talking about doing something with blue. So this shirt was the inspiration. It's all his fault. That's hilarious. And so here we are, right? So we also tried the new Theatrical in this rainbow palette. And we tried to the best of our ability to get the blue mellowed. What ended up happening was we thought we could go back over it and make the sparkle in it pop, so it ended up being more blue than I planned. Ah! This totally went off on that. Dang it. Okay. So, don't let your eyeliner tip over. There is another blue. I wonder if it's still available, a lighter blue in this eyeliner. And this is one of those things we're practicing and learning. So if you kind of feel like, this ain't for me, it's okay. And honestly, I probably wouldn't wear this all the time, but I would like to show different looks of what you can do. Okay, so I tried to make these the same, and if you need to tame the blue more, you can keep blending and blending and blending. And I think part of what's made the blue stick more, honestly, is this eye primer. Okay, what happens for us with hooded eyes, and I'll fix this little blemish here that I accidentally had with my eyeliner. What happens with the hooded eyes is when we have our eyes down, we can see, like eyes closed, you can see the color. But when we open, a lot of times it's going to actually adhere to both spots, and then it kind of starts to wear off. So trying to show different little things to make it stick better. Okay, so I did the BB cream, kind of just blended it in, making it more natural. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some supple blush, and then we'll do a quick lip and I'll be done. I'll post everything I'm wearing, and then I'm going to do the mascara off camera because I've gone a little longer than planned tonight just because of how things went with the blue. Okay, and this is really supple. We're really going all out. I did not want that to be all, hey, I'm here, cheeks. So we're just going to take the all over face brush, and you could even use this color for contouring. So you can mellow this out kind of just by rounding in a circle a little bit, or even just back and forth. That way we're not so crazy with the blush, okay? But you could definitely contour with this color now that I'm looking at it. So I'm not going to add any more to my brush. Make sure to smile. And we're just gonna dab in. Now, do we kind of look even, I hope? Does it look more blended? I feel like this right cheek is still like, hello.
It's a little more defined than
So let's kind of just blend this out a little bit more. Sometimes you kind of have to go back and forth more than you think. And it could be because it's on the BB cream. It's just kind of more. So we'll add a little more. If you're noticing any blemish on my face, I'm battling my eczema on my face, and also with winter, I get windburned really easily with winter, and so I just lightly tapped. So I tend to kind of have more, thank you. I tend to have more issues with my skin. Now, I've been using my skincare, and that has not caused it, okay? For me, I'm just super sensitive to the wind. Honestly, winter here is tough on my skin, very, very tough. And so I've been trying my best to just keep moisturizing and using my rose water, which is really good for eczema, especially on my face. So I hope that you all enjoyed I've Got the Blues tonight, and we tried to make a little masterpiece. So I hope you all did enjoy it. I will take some pictures, and I hope that if you do have questions, you'll message me. I can help you with any color matching. And if you need to pick out some eyeshadows and you want to kind of go with the color of your eyes, I would love to help you with that too, okay? So here we are Monday. I'll see you again Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And I hope you all enjoyed this time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I had a blast, and I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.